you have played cricket extensively in Tamil Nadu.
Could not play Ranji, औकात पे आके थैली लेके मार्केट में गया. Accidental entrepreneur to begin with. So we're converting every bat to a smart bat. Cricket Australia is one of our earliest clients. Rajasthan Royals has been a client for the last 5 years.
कौन से चौके छक्के लगा लिए हमने शार्क टैंक पे आने की वजह से?
We never applied for Shark Tank.
You got a backdoor entry? You hit one shot at the camera.
Plasma.
Hi, Madhu Sudan.
Hi.
Thank you for taking out your time this evening to spend Friday evening with us on Church Street. Could you please walk us through your personal journey and professional journey? I understand you have played cricket extensively in Tamil Nadu. I understand you've always been a cricket buff, but somewhere, you have to make hard decisions like building your career. And while I understand now a lot of IPL and other opportunities have enabled people to have more cricket as a career option, back in your days it was probably not as mainstream. So would you like to walk us through your personal and professional journey,
Sure.
please?
Thanks a lot. Thanks for everybody for your time. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Madhu Sudan. I'm a Bengaluru boy. I was born and raised here, went to school here, and then went to Chennai for my 11th. That's where my cricketing journey actually started. I played senior division cricket in Tamil Nadu, and then once I hit first division, and then could not play Ranji, औकात पे आके थैली लेके मार्केट में गया. So when we did that, gave completely different perspective. But good thing is that when you're a sportsman, it sets you up to handle multiple things, in your career. So started off in sales, went on across industries, had diverse industry experience. Started off in telecom, went to the handset side of business, and I keep seeing each one becoming slowly obsolete, right? So then you try and be in the forefront of the technology revolution. So serendipitously, then went to media, and after media started my entrepreneurial journey. This is my third gig as an entrepreneur. Accidental entrepreneur to begin with, but then it's kind of become a habit now. So as far as Straight Bat is concerned, there's three of us. Gagan Daga, the product, the brainchild. So we call him the brains of the company. So it's his brainchild. So him and me went to B school together, and by chance, I happened to see this deck when it was not even a company, and then we committed to be in this together. And because I'm a business guy, I'm a 0 to 100 guy, I couldn't sit and twiddle thumbs till the product was made. So the minute the product got set, we also had Rahul Nagar, who's the second co-founder. We call him the hands of this company. He manages everything to do with manufacturing, logistics, operations, and then I came in the legs of the company. So this is what we do together. And Straight Bat, what we want to do is all of the phrases that were used in all of these applies in cricket as well, right? So there's so much technology that's happening in cricket, but it's still a game of leather and timber. So we're trying to make it smart, right? So we're trying to democratize technology by giving the same technology that's being used at the highest level to guys playing in HSR on a weekend game, right? That's what we're trying to do. So we're converting every bat into a smart bat. We're giving the kind of metrics that cricketers have not seen before. I mean, even when you hear commentary, you're talking about how sweet the sound was and stuff like that. There's never objectivity. And so what we're trying to do is trying to ensure that staying out of form is not an option anymore. So what we do is we're not trying to replace coaches. We're not trying to do any of that. The simplest analogy that I'd like to give is, let's suppose you're a doctor and I'm a patient. And I come to you and I say, I've got a headache, I've got this, I've got that. What are you going to treat? You have no clue until you have a proper diagnosis, right? So that's what Straight Bat does. So we capture more than 1,600 data points for each shot that a batsman plays. And we convert that into metrics that's like bat speed, impact speed, sweet spot index, timing index. We've solved more than 26 core science problems, core arithmetic, mathematical formulae, and everything. And that's what you see in the simplest way possible. You just see what we have a patent for is fundamentally we capture any form of motion without a camera. Because in a camera, it converts a 3D event into a 2D event, in which about 80% of the data, the integrity of data is lost. And you're trying to measure what really happened without data. So that's what we're trying to solve for. And we've been really lucky to be partners with Cricket Australia, one of our earliest clients. Mr. Greg Chappell, one of the brightest minds of cricket, one of our earliest investors and a chief mentor to us. Cricket Australia uses us for pathways, grassroots level, as well as the high performance levels. Rajasthan Royals has been a client for the last 5 years. So they use us not only for player development, but also for the auctions. Let's suppose Niket is up for auction and we're the management bidding for him. We'll have data of everybody who comes to Rajasthan Royals has to play with trials, has to play with state bank. So we'll have data of Niket.
So you'll basically have the report cards.
More than a report card. What is good, what is bad, what is past. How does he? Is he a tiger in the nets, but pussycat in the match? All of those data, right? So how we play pace, how we play spin, black soil, red soil, the whole 9 yards, and that's how they even bid for a player. So Zubin, who's the head of cricket for Rajasthan Royals, famously said, "What started off as a science experiment for us is now state bat is the tool for us to identify the next $1 million player." So it's been a fantastic journey from there to here, and obviously the tank was a culmination of the next step.
Wow.
That's where we've been.
Are you following the IPL now?
It's my job.
And now, talking of productivity, when you watch cricket, it is your job? Wow.
Absolutely.
What changed for straight bat? कौन से चौके छक्के लगा लिए हमने शार्क टैंक पे आने की
It was
वजह से?
actually very complicated for us because we never applied for Shark Tank.
हाँ.
So
Oh, you got a backdoor entry?
No, we had
Okay.
actually raised our money. We raised our A series in September last year.
Right.
So we raised $3.5 million. So right after that is when the scouting team called us and said, "Would you be interested?" तो मैं सोच रहा था कि अभी क्या करूँ? So this is already out, and so I'm not saying this arrogantly, but I'm saying you don't, from a deal perspective, you're out of that zone, right?
Right.
So you don't deal that 1 crore, 1.5 crore thing for the valuation, and once you have a price round, you can't do a down round. So there was a dilemma. We don't know what to do. We talked about it to our investors, the incumbent investors, the new investors, etc. We said we had a consensus that we should go.
Right.
But then we didn't even think what we will do there, what we'll get out of that. We were confident that we'll get the deal, right? So how do we structure the deal post getting the deal is what we're discussing. And we were clear that we're not going to show our product, but the experience that of playing cricket. So that the studio, I mean, it's a very fragile studio, right? It's a prop, and we set up bowling machines.
Yeah, I mean, you hit one shot at the camera.
Plasma screen. Camera to fair bit, there was like some distance. There was some 6 plasma screens just around this place. So we had to change the alignment. So then we removed the bowling machine. It was me doing throwdowns. Then we wanted to see who wants to come and play, right? So obviously, usual suspects were Aman and Ritesh who came. And like Dhananjay was saying, what was originally planned to be a 40-45 minute session went on to become 2.5 hours. So the demo process itself was about 1.5 hours. We showed them their own data. They were wowed by that. And then we had the 30 seconds to decide whether to make the deal or no. So that was but because we'd raised money, we had our, constructs in place, and it was amicable. And post that, the funny part was before that, we'd just done a huge B2B deal, right? And we're not doing D2C at all for a while. So SG, which is one of the biggest equipment manufacturers in cricket, we'd signed a deal with them. And in cricket, you know about English willow and Kashmir willow, right? So we launched something called a whole new category called Smart Willow. So we were doing waves around that. And then we were clear that we're not going to do any D2C till that kind of establishes itself in the market. And then Shark Tank happens. And we were not ready for D2C. We did as much as we could prepare, but then we had an 8x increase in traffic and a 4x increase in sales, and absolutely organic. We didn't spend a rupee on any marketing there. Every single order. It's a pleasant, irritating mail to get from Amazon that you load the stock in the morning and next morning you get a mail saying your stock is dangerously low. So that's a good problem to have.
Wow, your stock is dangerously low. That's just
It's one of the
amazing
best problems that we've
to
had
solve.
since Shark
Yeah.
Tank.
Thank you so much, Madhu Sudan, for walking us through that.